Hi.
We're so quiet.
Is this fun for everyone? Is this
Everyone's so excited to talk about pro wrestling.
Brett's in the chat said
Brett's
LLW. Mo's Right's getting sleepy. No, we don't want to do that.
Oh, no, we want to get you up.
We want to get you up.
Like
Let's
this
wake
Dynamite show did to me.
up. Ooh, yeah. Man, oh man. Well, how you doing, Roy? This is Loser Leaves Wrestling.
This is it.
This is the woos and whats of AEW Dynamite. A lot going on here. Hassan's in the chat already. Hi there, guys. Hi
Hey,
there,
Hassan. I would say, Red, I would say tonight was full of big woos and big whats.
Okay.
You know, I don't even, you know what? Actually, to be honest with you, I loved this show. Overall, as a concept, I really loved this show.
In theory, the show was amazing.
Yeah.
In execution. In theory, though.
When this show was originally pitched, I thought, wow, this is groundbreaking. And then I saw it and was like, the ground not quite broken.
What do I want this show to remind me of? Joe writes, welcome to LLW ASMR. ASMR with LLW. Welcome to the show. Well, ASMR LLW.
My eldest niece is she has a lot of handicaps. She has a lot of special needs, and she knows how to work an iPad like nobody I've ever seen. And she gets on an Instagram and all she watches is videos of like people eating food and going, she loves it. She can't get enough.
I get it. We get along great. Hassan writes, did you have a nice time for Halloween last Monday night? Yeah, I had no, I didn't. I didn't like it.
I saw a movie
on
Halloween. I saw Triangle of Sadness.
I can't talk about this.
Did you watch it?
Not yet.
Have you seen it?
I was going to watch it. Then I had to cancel my tickets because a certain event occurred.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, you know what? You got to go see it. I have a hard time personally. This is all I'll say about it. It's a little too long, but all the performances are excellent. Woody Harrelson, a supporting actor in the film, but an excellent performance. A lot of puke, though. I'm not a puke guy.
Oh, you don't?
But a lot of very funny puke. I had to take my glasses off at one point and put my foot. I had to try to block the screen with my foot. It was a lot, but it's very funny, and everyone should go see it. Just strap in. It's a little long.
Sure. No, and I can't wait to see it. I plan on seeing it soon. Turbs in the chat. Welcome, Turbs. Turbs writes, Mose, listen to Jeff Jarrett, My World TNA entrance theme 10-hour version to wake up. Speaking of, you said the magic word of the day.
Beetlejuice, what's up? Snot nut. What'd you call me? Snot nut. You know who you're talking to? Yeah, you. Snot nut.
We got slap nuts in the chat. Welcome, slap nuts.
Wow,
all our fans are now called slap nuts.
The slap nuts.
The slappy nuts. Woodsy the Bee says, am I the only one not interested in this Kenny and the Buck story? Oh no, you're not the only one. I'm with you. I'm not
Red hates Kenny and the Bucks.
I don't hate
you do
the Bucks.
You just hate Kenny.
No, honestly, like I think I think the Bucks are probably nicer people, even though that they don't believe in the woman's right to choose. And I think that Kenny is a very good wrestler, even though he might be evil.
I just love look. I know you brought up this whole thing about Brian Last saying that there's things about Kenny that we don't know about.
That was off the record.
Why isn't you literally said that to me on the
I did not bring up Brian Last ever on the show until this moment.
Sure?
Have we ever said the words?
We only talk about wrestling on this show.
I literally talked about it over the weekend, and I was just like, listen, do you have 5 minutes to talk about CM Punk?
I'm so sorry. I outed you. Outed you. I'll stop there then, and we'll move on. So you're going to yell at me later.
No.
I'm going to the doghouse.
Welcome to the doghouse, everyone. Joe writes, Jeff Jarrett for AEW champ. Welcome to New Impact. What is Hogan up to? Shut up, Joe.
All right, let's all relax.
Joe, come on. Jeff Jarrett's great. We'll talk about
Jeff Jarrett should be the booker of AEW.
Honestly, should be the champion. Brett says, Woodsy, I'm much more interested in HOB now that I know their return is imminent as well. Yeah, the House of Black, we're going to get to talking about that.
Yeah, we're talking about that too.
Dirk.
That's pretty interesting.
Hassan says, Monday Night Raw and AEW Dark was good, both Halloween special. I have not seen the Dark, but I heard the Raw was pretty fun.
I heard the Raw was weird.
Yeah, it was weird too, but I think weird is not bad. Joe
Yeah,
writes,
it
Eric
doesn't all
Bischoff
have
could
to.
use a job, but he's not playing nicely with Khan. I don't want.
I have
Eric
I
Bischoff
take
in there.
I take so much issue with Eric Bischoff. I think he's a fucking idiot who's just looking for attention.
Yeah,
He
but
has no actual
Khan-
opinions. He's just
Khan
looking for attention.
keeps giving him more. Like
Yeah.
I think they're friends.
Well, I think also Bischoff won't shut the fuck up, and Khan, you can't put something in front of Khan and not expect him to jump on it. That's who
No,
he is.
he's very tight-lipped with a lot of things.
Who?
With a lot of Khan all the time. He's just like, can't talk about it. Can't talk about
Unless
it.
you're
Can't talk about
critiquing
it.
him. Unless you're critiquing
Sure.
the company,
Oh, yeah.
then he'll
Sure.
jump all over you.
Brett
Which is
says,
what Bischoff does.
Joe, I was waiting. I was waiting Bischoff or Russo to walk out. Lol.
Let's all relax. Look, it's 2022. Jeff Jarrett has done good work. He did good work with GCW. He also, his podcast, I stopped listening to it a little. As soon as he got a job at the WWE, I stopped listening to it. But maybe I should go back to it. I
think I should go back to it too. I did the same. But let's talk about this damn show.
Let's go back to the beginning.
This is it's not too far from the beginning, so we'll talk about it soon.
Yeah.
Because the opener is Jay Lethal versus Darby Allin.
Sure.
They start off hot, and it was a great match. This made Darby look really good up until the end.
No.
Which was dumb as shit. They had fake Sting. Yeah, what do you thought? No. Tell me about fake Sting. Tell me.
Okay, look. Here's the thing. There are probably definitely going to be very strong mixed emotions about it. Uncle Corny is probably going to hate this so much, which is fine. He hates everything. But
loves Darby.
And he likes, yeah, you know what? That's true. I have heard him talk about Darby.
And he likes Jay Lethal.
Yes, sure.
A lot.
Yeah, sure. Who doesn't?
And Sanjay. You would like some
I love Sanjay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I love, by the way,
Am I talking to Jim Cornette over here?
I don't know, Brian. Am I?
Oh,
are you?
You dirty fuck.
Hey,
say
laid the gauntlet down. Look, I waited the whole match to see Darby do the suicide dive onto Satnam and have Satnam no sell it, and I got what I wanted. So it was a great match. Look. First of all, let's go back. I think Tony Khan likes to wink a little too much at the audience. But a wink here is the fact that, remember when they did the lights out, lights on, and it was Satnam Singh, and the audience was like, what the fuck is this? Why did you do such a big reveal for nothing? That's him winking at the audience by doing this Cole Radrick thing, or Cole, whatever the fuck the guy's name is. Because we knew that there was a big reveal coming, and it was Jarrett. At first, I thought it was really funny, because I was like, Tony Khan thinks this is a big deal. I
threw something at the wall. So the match. Let's just really.
You actually threw something at the wall.
Yeah, I threw something at the wall. I threw up my pen at the wall. Fake stay. So the match goes on. It's a good match, very good match. Jay Lethal makes Darby look great. Darby should have won this match because Darby needs to win matches. And
Darby has already beaten Jay Lethal.
Hold on. And the storyline right now is that Darby doesn't need Sting. He's trying to do things on his own. And like that's kind of thing what they're trying to push here. And they're basically using Darby as a springboard to get someone else on TV, which I don't like. So this fake Sting comes out, costs Darby the match, and then it's revealed to be Cold Farter. And
Is that his name?
Cold Farter. And then
I really don't know his name.
Then Sting's it's Cole Carter. Cole Carter.
Oh, is it? I thought it was like Cole Austin or something. Okay.
I like Cold Farter.
Cold Farter is really good.
It's really fun.
He has to prove his worth, which he never will. So he'll always be Cold Farter.
I think he should be Cold Farter. Then Sting's music plays, and then out comes the last outlaw. Comes into the ring. You know who I'm talking about. We're talking about Slapnuts. Damn, don't have it. I could just play that again, but I won't. I'll just play this.
Long.
Wow. we get him. He hits Darby out. Darby does not turn around for shit. He's trying to wait to hit him with the guitar. Darby's just not spinning around.
Yeah.
And then he pulls him, hits him, cuts a pretty nice little promo. And people are pissed at him because everyone's pissed at Jeff Jarrett because he's annoying. He's absolutely annoying. Everything about him is annoying, which makes him great. I was getting Turby and Mose were in the chat earlier in the Discord, which you could all join the Discord. Become an intern today.
Become a Slapnuts intern.
Become a Slapnuts intern. We'll get your Slapnuts t-shirts. And they were saying they don't like Jeff Jarrett. And that's
no one does.
The point. That's the point of Jeff Jarrett, is he's not to be liked. And you want to, and honestly, I can't, I don't understand why they brought him in this way, because it only made Darby Allin look like an idiot, because he could have won, beat Jay Lethal, and then Jeff Jarrett would have come out and done the same thing. He would have gotten the heat back, whatever. But for him to have lost to Jay Lethal is kind of insulting.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut you off, so I paused. No. You have nothing to apologize for. Yeah, I don't know. He's been losing a lot, right? He's been losing a lot. We've been talking about it. He did already beat Jay Lethal once, which is good. But the story that they're trying to tell, ultimately, in my head, actually, I don't fucking know really what the story that they're trying to tell is. I think the one story they're trying to tell is Darby wants to be able to survive without Sting, but Darby can't because everyone in AEW has friends. But except Darby had one friend and actively said, go home. I want to do this on my own. And he's going to be constantly outnumbered. That being said, I kind of got lost in that Jarrett promo. Like, I have to go back and watch it again. Like, I got a little lost because I also got a text and got distracted. But I liked what I remember of the promo. I really liked this whole idea of, like, since this company launched, it's got the fingerprints of my family, which is right.
Yeah.
100% right. And use it. That's great. I like that a lot. Now, the other thing that I like is that if Jarrett's here to, like, put people in body bags or whatever the fuck he's trying to do with the company, take down the company or whatever, Darby Allin's really the perfect person to start with, because Darby Allin is one of the people who, at his peak, I mean, he's dipped since, but, like, he was a new star that AEW built. So he should go after these, like, young new stars. And I think Darby will have a good match with Double J. I don't think Effie did, but I think there's a lot more play there than just like
Darby's
Effie.
going to have a great match.
They're going to have a good match. And honestly, too, Sanjay can't be the mouthpiece for that group. So let Jeff Jarrett be the mouthpiece for that group. Sanjay's a great talker, but you need someone with a more, no pun intended, you need someone who's more impactful. And it should be Double J.
A lot of that language, Jeff Jarrett, remember to use him. He did in this thing. He mentioned impactful. Yeah. And he said just some things that I agree with. I like him as the head of this little stable. And but I just feel that I wish it wasn't Darby Allin. Darby Allin doesn't need to make this sacrifice. I feel like this would have been fine for Orange Cassidy, honestly, if he hit Orange Cassidy over that. What do you mean? Orange Cassidy?
OC's above this now.
It's so don't talk like that.
I'm just saying he is
above this now.
He's a champion now. He's a champion.
Do not even think for a second that championship means anything more than the 24/7 title.
It means more than the 24/7 title. Yes,
when they were showing they showed the graphic earlier for the match that night with Orange Cassidy versus Phoenix versus Luchasaurus, and Orange Cassidy had an American flag behind him, and Phoenix had a Mexican flag, and Luchasaurus had nothing. From the past. Like, look, it's just so silly.
It's insulting. It is insulting, though, that you're saying that this is the 24/7, and I'll tell you why. I'll say Darby is still higher on the pecking order as former TNT champion than Orange Cassidy is with that championship for 100-day reign. Who's been booked better in the last 6 months? Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, no, I know. It's disgusting. It's absolutely sickening.
It's not disgusting. Why are you suddenly anti-Orange Cassidy?
Because Darby is so much better.
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
No, he lost the match, Red. That means that Orange Cassidy is better.
I think Orange Cassidy is a better wrestler than Darby Allin. I think Darby Allin's great, but I think Orange Cassidy is a better professional wrestler.
We have some comments here. Brooklyn Bleak says, I know. Are you gonna fart? Brooklyn Bleak says, I know it has no chance of happening, but Double J invading AEW and standing with Lethal and Dutt could lead to an Impact invasion. How is AEW and Impact's current relationship? I hope not that good. I do not. I mean, it's that
good, but how's Jeff Jarrett and Impact's current relationship? Probably not good either. They suit each other.
Honestly, what would be really good is to have Jeff Jarrett as a part of this Ring of Honor group, and he kind of runs the show at Ring of Honor.
He is behind the scenes
and on camera.
Interesting. I have thoughts about this Ring of Honor thing. I can't wait for them to have a weekly show. So,
oh my god!
Look,
so it has to get
wrong.
off the.
Yeah, just get off my TV.
Championship matches tonight.
Yeah, just get off my TV.
Brett says, oh no, we have a lot of comments here. Wow. Hassan says, it was did both twice, 9 matches, and again on 9 matches. Okay.
AEW Dark and AEW Dark Elevation.
I guess so.
Cool.
Turb says Jeff Jarrett versus Hangman, Cowboy rules. Loser leaves wrestling match. So the loser has to leave wrestling.
I like a Hangman Double J feud.
Actually, that's a great idea, Turby. You just get, even though you're trying to be a little smart ass about it, that's actually a good booking. Jeff Jarrett versus Hangman. That's good. Last Outlaw.
Yeah, that's right. You hate Hangman. I'm just gonna pretend like Turby, that's a great idea because your favorite wrestler is Hangman Adam Page. Now that Kyle O'Reilly has a neck injury and isn't going to wrestle for a while, you got to have a new wrestler, a new favorite wrestler. So it's Hangman.
We're going to gaslight the interns. They're going to revolt. Hassan says 9 plus 9 minus 15. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Yeah, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Brooklyn Bleak says coincidence that Bischoff, Cornette, Conan, Booker T, etc., all WWE past connections and always bash AEW, still on payroll. Wait, what?
Who are all those people? Because Booker T is 100% still on the payroll.
Bischoff is not on payroll.
Cornette is definitely not on the payroll.
Conan is not on payroll.
Conan has been on the payroll since
where
the
are you
90s.
getting your information about?
But I appreciate it,
payroll?
Brooklyn Bleak. I
We love you,
appreciate
Brooklyn
it.
Bleak. Hey, Brooklyn Bleak. Hey, thanks so much.
Hey, Brooklyn Bleak, do you like Red's Stone Cold goatee?
Oh goddamn. Joe writes, Bleak, if that were true, that would be the biggest waste of WWE money since the Great Khali. That's
whoa. Great Khali does great head chops.
Yeah, he does have the great, it's called a brain chop, Roy. It's your brain first. Mose writes, Darby is now an enhancer. Yep, it's unfortunate.
No, he's not. Get out of here.
Brooklyn Bleak says, Darby talking about taking time offs. So this might be how they're writing him off. Oh man, this is how they're gonna
rest up. He's got to rest up his body anyway.
Mose writes, OC is totally on next level, Red. Yeah.
Who said that? Mo said that?
Of what video game?
I just can't believe you're this anti-Orange Cassidy.
I'm not anti-Orange Cassidy. I like Orange Cassidy. I want Orange Cassidy to succeed. I think the All Atlantic title is garbage. It's a dumb title that makes no sense anymore. It made sense with Pac. Orange Cassidy win it makes no sense.
He needs to travel with it. Send him to England. Scandinavia. South Africa. We're
gonna put a band-aid on that missing limb. What are we gonna do? I don't know if that works. That doesn't make sense. Wizzy to be says, does this mean Lethal and Sanjay are investors in Jarrett Gold? I don't know what this means. Is that a reference to TNA?
Is that like a reference to his newest, like, is this his newest business venture? He has a gold company?
I'm guessing it's an Impact or TNA thing. Let us know, Woodsy. Brooklyn Bleak says, Darby over Orange Cassidy and Lethal. Lol.
Darby over Orange Cassidy and Lethal. That's a good match. That's a good 3-way.
Yeah. Mose, no freaking way, Red. OC greater than Darby. Okay. Joe writes, Luchasaurus with a Jurassic Park flag, or maybe Dino Ranch, one of my boys' favorite shows. Dino Ranch. Oh, that's Dino Ranch.
What's Dino Ranch?
I don't know. Joe, could you tell us more about Dino Ranch?
Is it on PBS?
Yeah, let us know.
What did I watch? Something Moon. I don't know. I watched some show on PBS with my niece, and I thought of you because you have kids. No, it's some show with about a moon, like a moon that travels or something. It's fun. It's fun.
They know too much.
Yeah.
They shouldn't know about the traveling moon. Brett says, Darby sucks. I'm sick of watching Jay Lethal every week, and OC rocks. Hassan writes, Yahoo for Alexa, get rid for the TV show. Yeah. Did she get rid of the TV show? Alexa
she's champion now or something.
No, good. Oh, yeah, with Asuka. Mose writes, Roy, you're on to something. JJ Booker, Ring of Honor. I said
that was Red. That wasn't me.
I said
but I'll take the credit.
Oh, God damn it. Brooklyn Bleak, Darby was getting choked out by Brody King on a weekly basis, and Darby's mostly just an overrated stuntman. Oh my goodness. Don't say that.
Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. Back up a second. Say that again.
Brooklyn Bleak says Darby was getting choked out by Brody King on a weekly basis. True. And Darby is mostly just an overrated stuntman. Not true. He's an excellent worker.
That is
excellent worker.
That is not true. I agree with you, Red, that is not true. However, he was getting choked out on a weekly basis by Brody King, and I actually forgot. I forgot that he had that excellent casket match, coffin match, or whatever. Really good match.
Brett says, listen, if Kyle O'Reilly's out of action, my favorite wrestler is Pretty Peter Avalon. That's fair. That's smart.
Pretty Peter, underrated.
Hassan writes, R-Truth got his knee hurt on NXT. Yeah, I heard about that. That's not good.
Yeah, he did a dive to the outside. Guy's 50. Take it easy.
Dude has to calm down. We love
Looks
you,
amazing,
R-Truth.
though.
Get better soon, R-Truth.
Yeah.
Joe writes, Disney Plus is the best babysitter. Disney Plus, right? We'll watch Dino Ranch. Dino Ranch.
Dino Bravo Ranch.
Woodsy the Beast says Jarrett created a pyramid scheme and called it Jared Gold. Was that on TV though, Woodsy the Beast? Or is that like
is that really a pyramid scheme that him and Conrad are running?
Joe writes, Jarrett and Flair need to align their business interests. No, they don't. Flair needs to go.
Can I tell you something that's like a little bit of a bummer? Like little bit of a bummer. I got sucked into Twitterverse. I got to delete Twitter off my phone. It's going tonight. But I saw that Kane, Mayor Kane, is adamant about all age drag shows, not allowing kids at drag shows. And then he followed up and saying, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. Okay, you're right. Let's just move on.
I was talking to Kane. I was talking to you.
It was just,
we need to discuss. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. But you're right.
Dickish.
Mike Bennett like kind of commented and was like, "Oh, I just took my kids to like an LGBTQ like festival and they got their face painted and they saw a drag show and they had a great time, blah blah blah." And this like conservative news guy based out of Tennessee like really kind of went at it with Bennett back and forth. And I looked at his Twitter, and the only person who follows him that I'm aware of is Conrad. Conrad's got some
Conrad follows everyone back.
Yeah.
Also, what one thing is about Conrad, and he said this before, and it makes me really think about him as a person. When he was talking about, I forget who, it was on Bruce Pritchard's, was like, hey, he never did anything wrong to me. That's who I judge people on. How they treat me, my kids, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just like, so you'd be friends with Hitler. I get it now.
Well, Hitler
was super nice to you. You'd be friends with Hitler. You monster. I don't trust Conrad as much anymore.
His goose just scared the shit out of me. That's what I get.
Woodsy B says it was 100% real. And then Hassan says, yes, get your knee butter, R-Truth. Yeah, get some knee butter, R-Truth.
Get some knee butter. Rub it on there. Rub it on there.
Get some knee butter. We have to move on, Roy, because Moxley wants to talk about Lee Moriarty, and it was fine. It wasn't like a crazy great Moxley, but it was good. It was good. Yeah, a lot of flowy. Let's talk about that match, though. Let's talk. Oh, actually, before we get to the match, there was another video that played before we get to that. So, as someone on a computer watching images of past AEW events, the Trios Championship win by the Elite versus Hangman and Dark Order, and they're editing it out and just putting over the Death Triangles win, and that's what they typed out, and they're just kind of referencing the whole Elite's been erased, whatever. And so the feud they're coming back for, and the match they're going to have when they come back is them versus Death Triangle, right?
Sure, of course.
For the championship, they're winning it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have to, right?
Yeah. And the thing that is very un-AEW, but is very good, is that they're also continuously teasing this Pac heel turn with the hammer and all of that stuff. So it sets Death Triangle up for something after they lose to the Elite. It's not just like they disappear. They actually have something to do. Now they can feud amongst themselves. A triple threat match between Death Triangle, I'm in.
Oh, I can't. That's something I'm very in for. Yes, 100%. Yeah. They love each other, and that'd be real fun. But it was an interesting video. I am not excited for this because I don't think the show's better when they're on it.
I think the show's better when they're wrestling. I don't need any of like the camera over here, Brandon. I don't need any of the backstage shit, but I want to see them wrestle. I miss them wrestling. I miss Kenny wrestling singles matches.
Yes. I want Kenny back as a singles wrestler. I want Young Bucks back for specific matches, not every week seeing the same thing. Because honestly, when they were on TV every week, we were seeing the same match of theirs over and over again. And it made it feel stale. Like it just made it feel like I see every single thing you do each time, every time. And it's great for the live crowd. They know how to make a live crowd feel like electrified, and they do a great job of it. Yeah. But it never translates well on TV as it does in the crowd. That's
in my opinion, look, when their opponents are right, it's really special.
Sure.
Like the best match in the history of the company, to me, my favorite match in the history of the company, and maybe the best match in the history of the company, is the Young Bucks versus Hangman and Kenny from Revolution 2020. And then also their match with the Lucha Brothers in the cage. Like these are special matches, but they don't know. I don't disagree with you. They don't know how to wrestle at half speed. They have to go full speed. None of them know how to have a good,
and none of them can have a good backstage or talking segment. Like they're very few tolerable Kenny Omega ones, but zero good Young Bucks.
You have to let Don Callis take the lead.
Yes, but even with Don Callis, the minute you get Kenny Omega on there, he's just not very good. And I get how great he is in Japan, where he's just talking nonsense and he could be all about it because like no one understands.
Well, he speaks Japanese.
Perfect.
So
I'm sure Japanese. He's great in a broken Japanese language type way. Like, oh, he's saying the words. We like that. That's good.
Look, you have your opinions and that's fine. I don't think he's that bad. I don't think he's the worst in the company the way you're making him sound.
Just the amount of time they give them.
Yeah,
is immense. Like I wouldn't care as much if they were treated like anyone else on the show, but they're treated with the same amount of TV time kinda as a CM Punk would, and they just don't earn it.
Okay.
Or an MJF would, MJF.
Sure.
MJF is great on both sides of the coin. CM Punk is great on both sides of the coin. Moxley's great on both sides of the coin. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are so inconsistent.
Yeah. A lot of their work, a lot of their heel work especially doesn't translate well to a national audience. Backstage talking, all of that stuff, but their babyface work is much better.
Yeah, Kenny,
in my opinion.
I do like Kenny a lot. Well, as a performer. Mose writes, moving on, no politics, wrestle time. Thank you, Mose.
Hassan,
that? Yeah, Mose did. Hassan wrote, now it's time for JD for New York for my review.
Who said that?
Hassan.
Hassan's going to JD from New York. Bye, Hassan. Enjoy.
Get back here,
Enjoy
Hassan. You gotta watch the show. Joe writes, the best thing Hangman ever did was respond to Kane's political tweets with a reference to taking too many chair shots.
Yes.
Yeah. Mose writes, Bucks promo weak. Just get them into a ring. Kenny needs reps now. That's true too. Hassan
I'm glad that he does get a little more rest. I'm glad Kenny gets a little more rest.
Hassan says, see you guys soon for next time. I got Impact Wrestling tomorrow night and Crown Jewel preview.
You gotta give Hassan credit for actively saying, hey, I'm gonna stop watching you to go watch someone else.
I appreciate it, Hassan. Hassan writes, hey, it's past my niece's birthday.
Oh,
happy belated birthday, Hassan's niece.
Yeah.
Wow. Brett even said it. Happy birthday, Hassan's niece. Great. What a community we have.
See you later, Hassan.
Hassan, we'll talk to you soon. Let us know if you had cake.
Let us know how JD from New York is.
Yeah, let us know. JD Drake, baby. We have Moxley versus Lee Moriarty. Versus Lee Moriarty in a good match. I really
like Lee. I like the way Lee moves. I like his aggression. Moxley, I love Moxley, but you know what, Mox? Hey, Tony Khan, do me a favor. Give Mox a week off. Let him rest. Yeah. He's been wrestling a lot lately.
He's rest 100%. I think he needs a rest. And also, it's just like there are points in the match where Lee's great. Lee's a very good wrestler, but like you could tell John was trying to teach him something.
Oh, really? Like, see, I missed that.
There's that part like sometimes when he's doing those like hit me things. You see him just like really fucking hit me. Like I'm asking you to lay it in right now. And you see him like not saying it like that, but like that's the whole attitude. And he was just not getting it. Then John Moxley's just like, okay. And he just like fucking slapped the shit out of him a few times. And it just like there's these little things there that I saw like weird frustration. He does need a break. Moxley needs a break.
I just think he needs a break. That's all.
But Mox beats him. By the way, Ethan Page was on commentary. Ethan Page did a great job.
Yeah, Ethan Page is good.
Ethan Page on commentary, I like a lot.
He's good at wrestling.
On commentary, I like him a lot. No, but in commentary, he was saying like, oh, like Lee taped up his fist for this fight. You say, oh, well, he's supposed to work the arm. Why aren't you working the arm? I'm like giving real feedback.
I like that he gave kind of the history
stuff.
of MJF, and he's known MJF since he was 18. He's not going to be able to win without cheating. Like, I liked all of that stuff.
He's someone that you should really have on like a dark or elevation to do some announcing, just to get him more comfortable on TV.
I do like Daddy Magic saying his nipples were hard, but Ethan Page is probably the better call there.
Yeah.
I also do like, I just want to point out very quickly that I like that they left MJF off of TV this week, because he got beat up last week, and it also gives him it gives the audience a week to wonder what's going to happen next.
Let's miss him a little bit.
This is a pivotal moment for him.
Yeah,
build it up a little bit.
I do not think he should win. He should not win against Jon Moxley.
Yeah, he's going to win, but that's okay.
He should not, though, because like, you don't, like, as soon as did they give Stone Cold Steve Austin the title after he turned with Brett? No, they waited a year.
Can I tell you something? Yeah, you're not wrong.
And it's because of the fact that, like, once you get that, the chase is where the money is. The chase is where the money is for a babyface to go for the title, is them trying to get it. Once they get it, they flounder. And that's with all champions in history. Their peak is in when they're chasing, like the amount of money they get, the amount of eyeballs, their energy, the enthusiasm. It's always in the climb. It's in the chase, and those are the best angles.
I don't disagree with you. Okay, I don't disagree with you. But using Stone Cold as an example, Stone Cold Steve Austin was not the biggest star in the company until fall 1997, January 1998. Brett was still up there. Shawn was still up there. Taker was still up there. Foley was also Foley and Stone Cold were on the same level of popularity throughout the summer of 97. So this is what I'm saying. MJF is the biggest and most attractive star that company has right now. So you just got to strap the rocket to him. You just got to do it.
No, yeah, man. I don't think Stone Cold is at that level. Stone Cold was at the most popular wrestler post that WrestleMania. After WrestleMania 13, he got the biggest responses. He got the biggest pops. People like Foley even said, I was just listening to his Dude Love series, and he's talking about how, like, he's like, I'd go out with him, and it's just like every single thing the guy did, it was like nuts. I've never seen it before in my life. And he's just like, ever since, so that entire summer of love, he was saying, like, it was nuts. I couldn't believe that I was getting a part.
That's really interesting. Okay, that's fair. I didn't feel like he became the biggest star in the company until that MSG Raw where Foley fought Triple H in that street fight, and he hit the stunner for the first time on McMahon. That's when I felt like he became the biggest star in the company. When he hit that stunner on McMahon.
But either way, I'm just saying that, like, MJF.
I agree with you.
Yeah, we have some comments here. Hassan says you're welcome. We love you, Hassan. Brooklyn Bleak, Hassan, no filter Terrell. We love you, Hassan. That's what Brooklyn Bleak wrote. Mose writes that Ethan run actually felt legit. So Ethan Page ran in afterwards with Mox.
Huge boot.
Beat him up. Real good beat down. But what do we see going with this? Is Ethan Page going after Mox now?
I think they're just trying to build up Ethan Page a little bit, as I would hope so, because he's the only participant announced for the World Title Eliminator Tournament that they do every year at Full Gear. Past winners include Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega. So I would be surprised if Ethan Page won this. But I don't know. This is going to be really interesting.
Joe writes, agree with Red. No one would see MJF loss coming. Such a better story than having him take it right away. Plus, they can't book champs well most of the time. And that's true, too. There hasn't been a successful champ yet at AEW besides Moxley.
Jon Moxley has been a successful champion multiple times.
Except for Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley.
Chris Jericho is also a successful champion as well.
Yeah,
he was an excellent champion. And I would argue, we weren't speaking at the time, but I would argue that you weren't watching AEW on a weekly basis when the company first started throughout the majority of Jericho's title run.
I definitely caught like 2 episodes a month. Like I was like every other week up until pandemic changed everything.
Yes. They have both had great title runs. Kenny had spurts throughout his title run that were good. Some was good, some was less than good. Kenny didn't have a great run. Hangman had a better run than you give him credit for, than most people give him credit for. He had a better run. It came at a very bad time.
I'm just saying, but we're talking only that now. every other champion in the company.
That's every
besides
champion.
Cody,
That's every
besides
world
Cody
champion.
Rhodes and Rusev, or Miro.
Miro.
There's no good nobody had a good run.
Again, if we go back to the beginning,
to the beginning. What do we the best? We're the best friends champs. Who knows? Who knows
I think
the tag team?
Sheeta had a pretty good run as the women's.
Sheeta had a terrible run. She had
it
the
was just
hardest
long.
run there was.
It was just long.
It was the hard. We got.
You're right.
Woodsy says Shawn Michaels also had to wait a year before he won the gold. Yeah. Mose writes, OC, a successful champion. Where did he come up with? Where are your stats? Your stats. Joe writes, Mox and Jericho excel based on their own merit, not AEW booking. That's very true.
That's fine, but it's still a successful title run.
You're only successful if you're the only one allowed to handle your creative.
And don't you believe that MJF will also succeed based on his own merit as heavyweight champion?
I hope so, but also like they're talking him into. I don't think he should be face yet. I think it's happening. It's being a little too forced right now.
No, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that, and I'll tell you why. AEW doesn't listen to the fans. They say that they do, but they don't. This is the time for them to listen to the fans because he's already being cheered louder than all of your baby faces. He's your biggest baby face.
The reason why he's your biggest baby face is because he is actively staying heel. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is like, he's actively being a dick and he's not trying to, like, if he keeps that going, but they're already starting to turn some things. Like, they gave him the beatdown last week. I don't think they should have done that.
But it's the same thing as Stone Cold. Stone Cold didn't change, just kept cheering. He changed slightly.
He didn't have that baby face moment. He didn't have that baby face moment until WrestleMania 13.
Yeah.
And so it took him like a while to get to that point. And then he had another year. So from that moment, this beatdown last year, he should get the title in a year.
Look, he may lose. I don't think he's going to, but he may lose. And if he loses, you shouldn't wait a year. You should wait until February and give him the title in February.
Do I look like Kratos, God of War?
Yeah, just like him.
Thanks.
Yeah,
well, we'll figure it out.
Kratos, God of War has a goatee, right?
What?
Nothing.
No. This is my favorite part of the night. Renee and Saraya.
Yeah, this was very good. She was really good here.
We have Renee supposed to do a thing with Saraya and Britt. Britt didn't show. And what we get is a 3-question interview. Should have been longer. I wish they kind of kept it longer. Did something happen? Sports?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
The Yankees won?
Yankees are no longer playing baseball, but I was just paying. Just fine. I just got a notification on my phone.
They retired?
They retired as an organization.
Oh my God.
You heard it here first, folks.
The Yankees are no longer playing baseball. But I like this. And this was a good use of Renee.
Really
the first good use of Renee.
Yeah, I don't think they've done anything bad with her, but this was like the first impactful use of her. I just keep
the
using
best use of Renee. Renee is
this is what you should be doing.
Yeah, Renee is a whatever interviewer, like backstage interviewer.
She's fine.
Like, she's fine. She's definitely tolerable. She's not a great. She's actually a good commentator. I didn't mind her.
She's a good commentator.
But like, she's good with sit downs.
Yeah.
And so like, if they should have these on their YouTube channel, or they should just have like maybe Rampage just be Renee's interview show and just let it be that, because that would be so much better than what they're giving us on Rampage.
What I really like is RJ City on Twitter is feuding with Renee. Renee's not responding back, but every time she does some sort of interview, he talks trash about it because he feels like she's stealing his thunder because of his Hey EW show, and it's very funny.
That's very funny. Good for RJ
He's very
City.
funny. RJ City, you got to watch Hey EW if you haven't.
You got to watch AEW. I haven't seen it yet, but I will.
Yeah, I'm telling you specifically, you got to watch it.
I will. We got Tony
I'm
Schiavone in the back.
If you come here for Christmas, I'm gonna make you watch every episode of Hey EW.
Oh, don't do that.
They're all like 10 minutes.
I'll watch a couple.
I'm gonna make you watch.
I'll watch Taz. I just want to watch Taz.
So
just
good.
Taz. No spoilers. I want to see that with you. We got Tony Schiavone with William Regal in the back, and that was just nonsense. It was just whatever. It is like, honestly.
Yeah, I don't even remember this.
Yeah, sometimes William Regal's on, and this was just not that night. Then we get this segment. We get the Acclaim coming out. And Billy Gunn has his hands in bandages. Where did I go? Where did I go?
This happens every week. You disappear for like a
I
minute.
hit the
every week.
table. I hit the table.
I hit the table. I am table.
I table. We get him coming out with that, and it's his birthday, and this long, weird, kind of sweet, kind of awkward segment.
I want Max Caster's shorts.
We should find a way to.
I want those
Roy.
pink shorts with the scissors on them.
Guys, if you want to get Roy a present, make those shorts for him. Make those shorts. Roy, give us your measurements sometime in the show. Find your measurements and give it to him.
Waist size 30.
Oh,
short size short. I like short shorts.
So they went to say happy birthday to Daddy Ass, and they got gifts for Daddy Ass, which was really awkward, but then again, kind of sweet.
It wasn't that awkward. It was weird.
It was just weird. But no, it was weirdly awkward. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But then we get the last part, which is the gift, and it's a certificate for adoption.
Yeah, William Daddy Ass Gun.
William. they sign it, and the fans chant for the sign it. Then the Ass Boys come out, and then Ding Dong Morrissey comes out, gives a fucking boot to Billy. FTR then comes out, and they slowly hand back the titles to the Acclaimed. And so we're just kind of like peppering in that the FTR is still here.
Well, they're feuding with the Gun Club. They've been feuding with the Gun Club.
Yeah, I know. They have been. And they're true. They do. They have been. They have been feuding with the Acclaimed.
Can I tell you what my issue is with the segment?
Well, tell me your issues with the segment. Let me know.
I mean, your daddy, Billy Gunn, gets his fingers cut off or something last week.
Mashed up real good with a wrench.
Mashed up real good with a wrench. And you're going to have a match with these two fucks at the pay-per-view, Swerve in Our Glory. But you're not going to take a second at Big Daddy's birthday bash to be like, hey, by the way, tag team we're feuding with, you did this thing to our dad and we're coming for you. Like, you're not going to take a second to get angry and to get serious and talk about this team that harmed this person you look up to. You're not going to say anything about that.
Yeah.
That's my issue.
That's actually very good point. Like, that entire angle was just for the joke this week that he had to put a foam finger on the scissor.
It felt like it was just for Halloween.
Yeah. That's a great point.
I don't like that. And then you see them later in the show, which we'll talk about. I actually loved that segment, but I didn't love it because of storyline. I loved it because Rick Ross is great.
We'll talk. No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
So yeah, we get that, and it was just it was a weird segment. I'm not mad that I saw it.
Yeah, it's fine. The thing that they're doing with the Acclaimed that they don't do with any other homegrown talent. They did this with Darby for a long time too, which is why Darby was over and still is over. Is because they put him on TV every week. They put the Acclaimed on TV every week, and people go crazy for the Acclaimed every week. And the more I see them, the more I get comfortable watching them, the more excited I get to see them, the more growth I see from them, the better everybody is. So put them on TV, put your guys on TV every week. Why is Wardlow not
every guy
good?
Should be that.
I'm just saying, if you're trying to build somebody up and they're a champion, you're putting belts on them. I should see them in some capacity just about every week.
Yeah,
and if I don't see them one week, I need to know why.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a very fair
and
statement.
That's why Wardlow sucks, because he doesn't get enough reps. He's not on TV.
He sucks so bad. I hate it so
and
much.
He's just, and when he's on TV, it's the same situation every single time. His character can't grow because he's just like always in the same fucking matches, always doing the same shit. He's never in any kind of trouble. It's just boring. And I just, Powerhouse Hobbs has to beat him. He has to beat him.
Wonder what we end up doing? We want the challengers to beat these champions because as soon as they become champions, they suck. And then we're just going to curse Powerhouse Hobbs with that burden of the TNT title around his waist so that he could just be Wardlow.
Yeah. It's not untrue. That's not untrue.
We got Mose writes, He is actively challenging. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, because Orange Cassidy's a champion. He's actively challenging. That makes a good champion. Joe writes, Hangman had a run. Snore.
That's insulting to Hangman's run. Hangman worked really, really hard. Really hard.
He did work really hard. Brooklyn Bleak says, what? I worked hard on my homework.
No, you didn't.
I said I did. Brooklyn Bleak says Shida was a fighting champ and had matches every week consistently. Just because they had matches week in, week out does not make it a good reign. You know,
Shida was also women's champion.
Jade has been on TV every single week.
No, she hasn't, and that's a problem
for the most part. She's on every single week.
She was for a while, and then they took her off TV a lot.
She's always on TNT, baby.
Yeah, I know.
She's Miss Rampage.
Yeah. Look, I will say, Shida. What makes Shida's run special too is that the division, booking aside, from a talent perspective, the division was much more shallow than it is now. And she was getting good matches out of a lot of different wrestlers who had a lot less experience. She worked so hard as champion.
Yeah, these don't. I don't blame the wrestlers for these bad runs.
I blame Wardlow for his run.
No, you can't blame Wardlow. Wardlow's just an idiot that does whatever he's told, and he's been told the wrong things.
Yeah.
Mose writes, MJF wins. He will never wrestle for months. Maybe. Hassan writes, is he drinking water? Wait, when did you get back?
JD from New York? Is JD from New York drinking water? I don't know.
There? Like, well, how's your niece's birthday? Come on now. Joe writes, give Renee a long-form AEW YouTube show. She could help them flesh out characters. Yeah, that'd be good.
That's like desperately. This company desperately needs a streaming service. Desperately. So Renee can have something on a streaming service.
They don't need to honestly, their content that they're putting out right now, they have one tolerable 2-hour show, one intolerable 1-hour show, and a bunch of YouTube content. That's just the same.
But I'm just saying, like, wouldn't you rather have Renee have like a show on like an HBO Max than like on YouTube?
I would love to think
more impactful.
Every single thing that goes through AEW doors is also Tony Khan's direction. You know, he's stretched too thin as it is, and he doesn't like sharing control. He wouldn't say, here's your show.
I think he would, though.
Maybe.
Because I mean, again, I know this sounds ridiculous.
We don't know
what to say, but like, if you think Tony Khan is looking over the shoulder of RJ City on AEW, which is part of AEW's YouTube show.
I don't think he realizes that show is still on. I think RJ City is the one that's just like, who are you sneaking in? He's the one, he has his login. He has his YouTube login, and he's just been posting it himself. He doesn't know. Joe writes, Danhausen needs a show too, Criminally Wasted. I think that's the best use for Danhausen.
I think Danhausen's overrated, but that's fine.
Because of the way, honestly,
but Danhausen's responsible for a lot of our followers. So
yeah, watch it. Brett says, "Happy birthday, cute Kip." Oh, Kip James.
Cute Kip.
Woodsy the Beast says, "I would absolutely love if Rampage turned into AEW's ESPN. Would make it feel more realistic, which TK and Warner Discovery both want." I agree.
I would really like I guess Superstars was like this, but like Worldwide. Remember WCW Worldwide? You probably watched it because it was on UPN. Yeah. And they were in like a control center, and two people were like behind a desk, and they were talking about things that happened on other shows. Then they would cut to matches. Like, I would love something like that where Rampage is like 2 matches. And they're good matches. They're AEW style, length, whatever. But then there's other talking segments, and there's other. It's just different. Like, give me something.
But it no longer feels like must-watch TV.
I agree.
Hassan writes,
it hasn't felt like must-watch TV in a very long. It's a C show. It's a C show.
Hassan writes, "Who's ready for Crown Jewel early preview?" And then Brooklyn Bleak writes, "Not me." Brooklyn Bleak. No, I'm. There's matches on the show that I really want, and honestly, this whole talk of a terror attack.
Yeah, I'm a little worried.
I'm glued to my wrestlinginc.com.
I'm a little worried.
Joe writes, "Why knock a YouTube show? She could easily get hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions.
That's
far more eyes than HBO or standalone streaming service."
Good point. That's a good point. Good point.
We have to keep moving on because we are dreadfully. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Next match: Jericho versus Colt Cabana.
My favorite part of the show.
Honestly, I knew you were giddy with this, and
I was
we
behind.
talked about. We got welcome back chants, and what a clear sign of where AEW stands.
Yeah.
Then like this back-to-back week of like Elite showing up, and then Colt Cabana, Jericho. He looked to be in a little pain.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that he was actually looked to be in a
they
good
looked
amount of
they
pain.
were both moving a little slow. I think Cabana has wrestled maybe 5 or 10 matches in the last year plus.
Yeah.
So he's a little rusty, but he looked good. I liked his fire. He was real fired up. I liked
beautiful
his
moonsault.
Oh yeah, his moonsaults actually
with the camera angle though.
Really underrated. Yeah. The camera tonight was good. There were some good shots tonight. There were some really good shots tonight. I also love that like Jericho fucking with us all. Story comes out that he went up to Punk and said, "You're a cancer. You're hurting this company," and then he has a match with Cabana like the next week after that news leaks. All right, Jericho.
Yeah.
But also like I'm just happy for Colt, and I think like there was some very public support from people backstage.
I'm glad that Colt is such an innocent victim in all of this.
I was gonna say he 100% got caught in the crossfire.
He is the most innocent.
Yes.
Second, who's kind of innocent but also kind of not, is Hangman.
Yeah.
Then it's
Larry.
Then it's I don't know. I'm on the fence. Larry. Oh, Larry. Larry's number one.
No, he's not.
Larry's done nothing wrong. Want to know what Colt did? Was friends with CM Punk for too long.
There's a rumor out there.
Had no choice. He was grabbed from the plow.
Those bite marks on Kenny's arms are actually from Larry, and not from Ace Steel.
I want DNA testing on those arms.
No, it was Ace Steel. It was definitely Ace Steel.
But this was a good match, and it ended. It was a little sloppy at parts, but it got a lot of fun, and then it picked up at the end with a code breaker. Afterwards, Eric Riccaboni gets grabbed.
Ian.
There's better. Ian gets grabbed, and they break his glasses. And then Claudio runs out to save the day. Brawls with him, really cool. They beat him up because obviously he's only 1 against 6, and then out comes Bryan Danielson, and everyone cheers and like, oh, he's gonna save the day, but he's still outgunned. And then Wheeler Yuta does the same thing. Why don't they come out together? They're in the same fucking locker room. We know it. Last week they chained the doors shut. That's where they are. Was it like Claudio's like watching the whole thing go down? You're like, I better go. And Bryan Danielson's like, I'll be right behind you. Finish tying your shoes. And then like Wheeler Yuta's in the back, like just wiping.
Wait, guys, wait.
It's just ridiculous. And we get that, which was nothing. And we've decided it's Adam Cole going to be
it could be Adam Cole. I really would like it to be, I would like for Samoa Joe to drop the TV title and beat Chris Jericho at Final Battle.
That'd be nice. I don't know who to pick.
They've never wrestled each other.
It'd be really cool if it was CM
But also
Punk.
Adam. Yeah.
It'd be really cool if it was CM Punk. Though.
Yeah. It's a shame that they already blew through multiple Danielson matches, because Danielson versus Jericho is also a good call.
That should have been, honestly, that's a real buried.
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson is fallen down in
it's
terms
so
of
strange.
It's because
so strange.
Because he's not a political person. He's not trying to push. He's just trying to be there for the people. Be there for the fans. He loves to have great matches. He's like, just let me have matches. And then Jericho's like, okay.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, you don't want to deal with creative? I'll deal with creative for the both of us. You have a bunch of matches, and I'll deal with creative. You deal with the wrestling. I'll deal with the. I love it. It's so funny to me. That's exactly what the conversation went like.
It's good.
What? We got Renee with the death triangle in the back, and Phoenix is going to be a double champion, but Pac's like, I got a hammer. When has he been carrying around a hammer? Like that's his
the
weapon.
Last few weeks. That's what
Honestly,
he's been using.
It's so funny because he's got a beard. He's got like wet hair.
John Henry.
He's got wet hair. He's got a kind of big head, and him holding that little hammer, he looks like a mini Triple H. It was very funny. There's that. Then we get the triple threat match: Luchasaurus versus Phoenix versus Orange Cassidy, which was fine. It just
nice little moment with Jungle Boy.
Yeah, you got Jungle Boy coming out to stop Luchasaurus from choke slamming. Who was it? Orange Cassidy off the stage, and then Jungle Boy beat him up and with a chair, and then give him a cool crossbody to take him out of the match. Then we get Phoenix and Orange Cassidy going back to the ring, and Pac tries to give him the hammer. Phoenix doesn't want the hammer.
Phoenix doesn't want the hammer.
And Orange Cassidy gets the orange punch. And then immediately afterwards, by the way, there's a lot of people just beating people up after the match. I think it's every single match has someone beaten up after the match. Because we had Jay Lethal, Darby Allin, 1.
Yeah.
Moxley versus Lee Moriarty, 2. Jericho versus
there was
Cabana,
a brawl.
3.
There was a brawl, but at least it wasn't the person who lost the match or won the match.
Like nuts.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. They're geared. That's how you know they're getting closer to a pay-per-view when they start doing a lot of angles.
Yes. But we have this match and they get beaten up. Orange Cassidy gets beaten up by Pac, and then what's that guy's name? Shibata?
Yeah.
Talk to me about Shibata.
So this is fucking nuts. Honestly, this is really fucking.
He's
crazy.
the guy that was retired and came back.
He was the guy that
never wrestle again.
Was not only was he retired, but he had to retire because he headbutted Okada in a match. They had like a 30-minute title match. He headbutted him. He was bleeding from the head, and then it turns out that he was hemorrhaging, and he almost died. And New Japan never let him wrestle again, but they sent him to LA, and he trains at the LA dojo. And I might have told you this already. This is great. I think this is great. He feels healthy, that he feels like he can wrestle again. So I think it was Yuri Uemura. I got his name wrong. I pronounced that wrong. He and his student, Shibata and his student, Uemura or whatever. I keep getting that wrong. Had a match at Wrestle Kingdom last year, I think. And the rules were it was just going to be an exhibition. So just grappling, nothing with the head, nothing to make sure his head's protected. They were just going to grapple. And it was going to be like a wrestling exhibition.
Moe actually filled me in on a lot of this.
So they're going to do this. And then I guess Shibata talked to his student beforehand, and he was like, fuck that. We're going to fucking wrestle, and we're going to beat the shit out of each other. So the bell rings, and the referee's ready to like call an exhibition. And then they just start kicking and chopping the shit out of each other. And then New Japan's like, never again. You're never going to fucking wrestle in this company ever again because you just went against everything. You just betrayed our trust. So he hasn't wrestled since then. So that was January of 2021, I think, actually, not even 2022. And do you remember? I don't know if you remember.
He showed up at Forbidden
Door, and they had a little funny stare down. So now here he is. And this guy so there was like this group of dudes that came in at the same time. So back in the late 80s, early 90s, there were the Three Musketeers. New Japan, which was Shinsuke. Hashimoto. So originally it was Hashimoto, Great Muta, and Chono. And then the next wave of the Three Musketeers were Shinsuke, Tanahashi, and Shibata. So this guy carries a lot of weight. It's an interesting and exciting match to put on Rampage. I thought it was going to be Suzuki. I think Suzuki would probably draw a better rating because American audiences are more familiar with him. But Shibata got a reaction tonight, got a huge reaction at Forbidden Door. People know who he is. So it's something different, and it's something exciting for Rampage, and that's cool.
I hope that he takes the belt from him. And we never have to deal with that again. But then we move on. We move on to the back, Roy. We have some comments, but I'll get through this segment, then we'll go to the comments. Tony Schiavone is with Rick Ross and Swerve.
This is incredible.
It's a lot of fun. So Rick Ross, honestly, did a great job.
He did a great job. He threw Keith Lee off a couple of times.
Because Keith Lee, the first thing, he needs to calm down. Rick Ross needs to calm down a little bit. And Keith Lee needs to get to the fucking point.
I loved accusations.
Yeah.
False accusations.
But it just, Keith Lee comes by and he just calls out some of Swerve's behavior. And he's just like, that's not cool. But he's like, oh, we positivity here. We're the number one team. And Rick Ross, honestly, should stick around.
Yeah.
I like
Rick Ross also lost some weight. He looks good.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think him versus Action Bronson, maybe.
Now we're talking Hook and Action Bronson versus Swerve and Rick Ross.
Honestly, it might look a lot like our next match. Marina Shafir versus Jade Cargill.
Can I just say real quick? I wasn't even paying attention to what happened in this match. I really enjoy Nyla Rose. I do.
Nyla Rose
He's
did a
grown
fun
on
job,
me.
even though I hate the idea of people talking over a match because I think it's extremely disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because why are they even having a
This
match?
match needed it.
This match, of all the matches, this is the one. Vicky says, "Excuse me." Nyla Rose, they do commentary. They're eating chips. Taz was like, "That's not our gimmick."
Was it Taz? Was it Taz who was also like, "I think our job is safe"?
No. Excalibur said that.
Excalibur said that.
But do you remember when he said she's eating chips, and then he's just like, "Chips? That's not our gimmick." Because Hook's gimmick is he eats chips, and he's just like, "Hey, that's not a gimmick." It was a really fun moment. Then we get Jade beating Marina Shafir. The end. Here's some comments. Mo says that fall didn't help their necks. I'm not sure which one, but I'm sure it didn't. Brooklyn Bleak says bonus points for Jericho speaking truths about Punk.
Who said that is speaking truths about Punk?
Brooklyn Bleak says bonus points for Jericho speaking truths about Punk. Never trust anything Chris Jericho says. The thing is, I'm liking Chris Jericho a lot more these days from his wrestling point of view, but like anything that comes out of his mouth, he is not to be trusted, Brooklyn Bleak. I don't think that
I agree with Bleak on this one.
Well, we don't know. We don't know everything yet. Joe Wright says Larry's dentist is getting a bad rap. I'll tell you. That's true.
He's getting a lot of Google reviews.
Yeah, I hope he's be nice to the fucking vet. Brett says Pac is like mini Triple H. That's what he said. Oh no, Brett says Red. I said it at the same time. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Whoa. Mose writes, this match is a bookend from Forbidden Door. Will be epic. I hope so.
I think so.
Bleak, if he doesn't hold back on the strikes, oh boy, OC. Yeah,
look out. It's gonna be
Bleak
fun.
says great for correctional officer to rapper to mogul and now potential manager. Was Rick Ross a corrections officer?
Interesting.
He was a cop. Dude's a fucking cop.
I guess he realized the error of his ways.
Dude's a fucking cop. We have to keep moving on because we got you heard what happened to House of Black. Julia Hart buried them. Julia Hart put them to death.
Can I tell you something? I like the idea of Julia Hart being kind of like the leader of this group.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
It's different because it's different.
It feels like Rhea Ripley to me. Rhea Ripley's doing it on another show and she's doing it better. Julia Hart looks like she looks like she's confused all the time. She looks like she's shocked that she's there. She always looks shocked. Okay. Like, oh.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
I am doing the scene. I am burying the bodies. And so they're all back, presumably. Was Buddy Murphy there?
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
Yeah.
His profile and Malachi's look exactly the same.
Right. And I was going to say the focus was largely on Malachi.
Turby says Rick Ross, the big boss man. Very good reference.
Wow.
That's very
good one.
But we get that, and so they're going to be coming back. Honestly, House of Black is just dead in the fucking water. The idea that like they when they came in, they accomplished nothing.
But Red, we don't know that. It's a fresh start.
I know, but like
it's a fresh start.
I know exactly. Their fresh start is because the first time they did absolutely nothing.
They did some stuff. They did some stuff.
Months. They did singularly some stuff, but as a group, they absolutely did not a single thing. They got Julia Hart. We got her, guys.
Well, he like lit Cody on fire or something,
Yeah, singularly. The group that was formed to do something has done nothing.
Well, it's really good timing. It's really good timing because with the Elite coming back, the Elite needs a trio to feud with. So
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that gives them something to do. They've had these fucking they're forcing trioses to come back. They're paying so much money. We need more trioses.
Trioses.
Trioses. The endotrianosis. Hassan says Yahoo Parappa the Rapper is cool. Remember Parappa Rapper?
Hell yeah.
That's pretty good. Good reference there, Hassan. Mose writes, Julia is trying very hard. Who was the narrator for HOB? I think that was Malachi.
Yeah, I think it was too. Yeah.
Brooklyn Bleak says, think Malachi might drop his gimmick. I don't think so.
Interesting. I don't think so either. No signs point to that, but I'd be curious.
Hassan writes, cool for Rick Ross the rapper. Did you accidentally put Parappa the rapper in there when you meant to put Rick Ross? I love you, Hassan. You're the best. Brett says, I hope this rebirth makes the faction straight up evil and monstrous, like they should have been booked from the start. Mose writes, House of Black on the chase red. By your rules, that's what will be good. No. When people care about them, the chase is good. If people don't care,
people always care about them. But it's the book. Yes. People care about House of Black because they inherently like them as wrestlers, but they're not invested in their storylines. They want to be, but there are no storylines for them to be invested.
That's like saying, "Oh, I really like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but I hate the character in the movie that he's in."
No.
So I don't like. I like it, and I hope that they'll be able to pull out. I'm gonna watch, even though I hate the movie, I saw already. I'm gonna rewatch it because I love Dwayne Johnson.
No,
so
that's
much.
I'm
gonna cheer for him, even in the scenes that don't make sense.
Okay, hold on a second. Time out. Who's a favorite wrestler of yours? D'Lo Brown. I'm answering for you.
Hold on. You keep saying D'Lo Brown.
Yes.
I like D'Lo Brown.
Yes.
I'm not putting him in my favorite wrestler category.
But what I'm saying is you
Mick
like
Foley.
D'Lo Brown.
Let's
Mick Foley doesn't count. Mick Foley doesn't count. Because he's a top star. He's one of the best ever. But there are other wrestlers that we like that because we just like their style. We like their moves. We like how they move in the ring. We like their theme music. We're invested in them as characters because of those little things that they do. But like, okay, I'll fucking say Raven, right? I love Raven. I think Raven's excellent. But do I love Raven specifically because of different storylines he's done? No, I could give a shit about his feud with Tommy Dreamer. I just like Raven. People just like House of Black. Yeah. They just like House of Black, even though no one's invested in anything they're doing.
They don't like
they
House
just
of
want to
Black.
be.
They like Malachi and they like Buddy and they like Brody King. Nobody likes House of Black. There's not anyone that could say that like that's a story. That's not the wrestlers. The wrestlers themselves are themselves, but like that is the story. The story is that faction. That is a failed story that they're now like, we're gonna rebirth it. It's not the Brood. There wasn't a fan following a House of Black. People were just like, oh, losing our minds. We gotta see this
Who
again.
loved the Brood? Nobody loved the Brood.
Some people
the Brood was a B squad.
The Brood? People loved that fucking entrance, dog.
Yeah, people love that entrance. People like House of Black's entrance.
No,
what did the Brood ever do? Ever? Who ever gave a shit about the Brood? No one.
Created Triple H's entrance, Roy. Created Triple H's entrance.
Wasn't it Malachi Black who said that Triple H has the best mist in the history of wrestling?
I fucking hate Malachi Black. We're moving on. We have to get to this fucking main event. Samoa Joe versus Brian Cage.
You know, I give Brian Cage credit because when he's been called upon the last couple of times, he's had good matches. His match against Wardlow was good.
I think we look at match. I don't think they were good. I don't think this one what the thing is, he is exciting for a live show, but it never translates well to TV because he's an idiot. He constantly does things that don't make sense. And then when you're watching on TV, you're just like, even the announcer's just like, why are you just doing that? Why is he walking away? Is he just going to flex? Like, this seems like a stupid move for Brian Cage to be doing. They're literally calling him stupid. You know, like, it's like when the announcers are calling this guy like, he's done with a box of rocks, but he can really pick up things.
Like, he's meat. He's meat.
He's fucking meat. And Samoa Joe had to put some sense into this fucking match. And he tried his best. Joe wins. And then afterwards we get the Embassy beats down Joe. And then Wardlow comes out to make the save. And then Hobbs comes out, spine busters Wardlow.
Love it.
Do you love it?
I want more Hobbs. And I want more Hobbs as TNT champion will get me more Hobbs. But maybe.
We wanted Wardlow, Roy.
Yeah. Wow. Did we
want
Wardlow? I guess we wanted Wardlow.
We did.
I guess
we did. Look what they did.
I don't know. I just want Ring of Honor to have their own show so we can move on with this fucking nonsense.
We got a few more comments here before we head out tonight. They don't need to worry about titles. They just got to destroy everything in their path. Oh, that makes sense. The Elite, I'm assuming. Joe writes,
House of Black.
Oh, interesting. Joe writes, the Elite need a team to poop on. I never get
this is Joe's gimmick. This is his thing.
It's a good gimmick. As long as you don't
Great.
overdo it. It has to be sparingly, but it's good. Hassan writes, so who's ready for Crown Jewel early Saturday morning? Do you work for them? And I fell out again. Jesus Christ. I touched my table too hard. Do you work for them, Hassan? Be honest now. Are you, Hassan, where are you watching us from? I'm curious. Brooklyn Bleak, I assume the symbolism of the House of Black Burial was them putting the whole concept to rest. I hope so. Right? Is that a?
You think so? You think that's what that means?
You
think that's what that means? But like, what is? But you saw them all. They were all there. Brody was there.
Maybe something new. Maybe she's putting in rest, and now it's gonna be
House
Hearts
of
Heroes.
Green.
Green.
Hearts Heroes. Really
Hearts
funny.
Heroes. Dun, dun, dun. It's like A-Team. Honestly, the A-Team with those four. And then she's just smoking a cigar, and I love it when a plan comes in, and they're just hired mercenaries. They're doing it for Bitcoin. Just like they're stealing.
I'm waiting for someone to do something for Bitcoin already. Jesus Christ.
God, what do you have to do? Brett says, I hope they make Raven all elite. Raven even said recently, like, I could have another match. I want to have another match with
Raven should be the booker for AEW.
Raven should do a lot of things. I'll have him run fucking Ring of Honor. Joe writes, the commentators were ridiculing talent during a match. So JR is back on commentary, huh? No, it's just Brian Cage is impossible to put over.
It's just specifically Brian Cage.
Hassan says, Yahoo! I got Madonna new Frozen remix on my new MP3 player. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Kicking the jams. Yeah. Well, I'm going to play that as soon as I'm off. Brooklyn Bleak says, oh God, last week Rampage with JR was insufferable with his insults. Honestly, I thought JR did a good job this past Rampage. Sure. He must have just got his fresh shot of testosterone. He was feeling alive and shaken.
He was fired up.
Hassan says Crown Jewel early is on Peacock and on YouTube. Okay, Hassan. Go listen to your new Madonna album. Hang out with your niece at JD from New York. Brooklyn Bleak says Raven was just inducted to the Impact Hall of Fame on last pay-per-view. He's banged up.
It was fun. It was fun. Did you see his induction speech? It was good.
I heard he dropped a DDT on Tommy Dreamer.
He sure did.
Was
That's
it
how
good?
it ended.
Good DDT?
No. It was good. It was a fine DDT. Yeah. I'm anti-Tommy Dreamer personally. Yeah. He felt good. They all felt good.
Tommy did.
He had a hard time getting up, but Raven did. But it was
because
good.
he just got double knee surgery. He's gonna have.
Who did?
Match.
Raven?
Raven just had double knee surgery, and he's gonna be. He said he wants to have one more match.
Great. I hope it's on TV.
Brooklyn Bleak says Raven was just. We already said that. That's the end of the show, guys. Thank you so much. We fucking did it.
Beetlejuice, what's up? Snap nut. What'd you call me? Snap nut. You know who you're talking to?
Slap nuts.
Snap nut.
Jesus Christ. Fuck. Hassan says, okay, I'll try later, guys. See you soon. All right. Thanks so much, Hassan. And thank you all so much for watching.
Thanks, everybody.
Join us for the weekly wrestle. Not this Saturday. We're going to skip because of Crown Jewel.
Yeah, because Crown Jewel's happening.
Want to do Sunday?
Let's do Sunday.
I think I could start doing Sundays from now on.
I think we should start doing Sundays. I think Sundays are better.
I think the weekly wrestle is going to be
especially
on Sunday.
with pay-per-views happening.
Tam allowing
on Saturdays. If Tam is able to do Sundays,
let's figure this out.
We should do Sundays. I agree.
But we'll talk about that. Thank you all so much. Have a great one. And bye.
Bye. Slap nuts.
Slap nuts. Hold on. Slap nuts.
Wrong.
Oh.
Got it.
Hi, get this.
Olay.